What once began as a hobby in a tool shed back in 2007 is now a full-fledged operation, using that humble beginning as a moniker to remind them of their roots. Over the next 3 episodes of Brewer's Yeast, I'll be drinking at Toolshed. We'll meet with the newest brewer in Cicerone, Natasha Pyskar, to learn about what Cicerone means, and later on, she'll teach me how to describe beer to better inform the flavors. But first, and in today's episode, I'll be drinking with Katlynn Millions. You may recognize her voice from the daytime slot on X92.9. We'll learn about what her allergies are, what could have been, and the struggles it took getting to where she is today. A dream job on the radio. Do you remember your first beer?
Oh, absolutely. I remember my first beer. I couldn't tell you what it was, but I can tell you I gagged on it.
Yeah, exactly. How old were you when you drank your first beer?
8.
How did you get a hold of beer at 8?
My dad gave it to me. My dad's always been like a huge beer drinker.
Yeah.
So I'd be like, Dad, what are you drinking? And he's like, here, try this Budweiser.
Yeah. I remember my sister's first beer was a Budweiser, and she thought my dad was drinking pop while mowing the lawn. And so she grabbed his pop, hot beer, and chugged it and retched. I remember watching her retch forever, and then we all went, why would anyone drink beer? So, Kate, do you remember your first craft beer? When was the first time you drank a craft beer?
I think it was when I was in college. It would be a Big Rock Grasshopper, and it was the cheapest thing on the menu at the Hub at Mount Royal.
And how much better was it than your first Budweiser?
Infinitely better, because it had a flavor. It didn't just taste like yeast and garbage.
Absolutely. Was there a craft beer that kind of changed your perception of beer, where you drank one and went, what is this?
Yeah, absolutely. And I can tell you the exact moment. I was in Canmore at Grizzly Paw, and they just had a raspberry beer on the menu, and I was like, whatever. And I tried it, and there was the flavor palette in the Grizzly Paw raspberry is so diverse and wide, and there's so many like layers and elements that it just opens you up to a different world. And I loved it. So ever since there, I've been hooked on like new flavors, new malts, new hops, just all of that ever since.
So do you have, when you go in and you're checking out a new beer, when you go to a new microbrewery, is there anything you look for? Is there anything you specifically want to drink, or?
I love fruit beers.
Okay.
I really like fruit beers. Not because they're girly, but I feel like it's harder to make a really good fruit beer.
Yes.
Because you're just focusing on that one flavor. So I'll always go immediately for the fruit beer. Like this one, passion fruit. Even though I'm allergic, I still want to try it. So
why did you choose the passion fruit for us today?
Tropical fruit in beer is like just kind of an eyebrow raise to me. It's like, how is that gonna go? But also I like passion fruit.
And you're allergic to it.
And I'm allergic to it.
So it's a fine line. So what happens when you drink passion? You're not gonna die on.
No, I'm not gonna die. I might start slurring a little bit.
I was gonna say, can you continue the interview?
Yes, I can. It's just gonna sound a little weirder.
Awesome, I like it. Well, let's give it a try.
Okay, cheers.
Cheers indeed. Thank you very much for coming out today.
Oh, gladly.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's nice. I was gonna say, I don't know what passion fruit tastes like, I don't think. So I don't even know what I'm looking for.
It's light. It's a light passion fruit taste, but the hops complement it really well.
I would drink this on a regular basis.
Yeah, I think that's why so many people are scared of craft beer, is because they had that one that was done by the tiny little microbrewery that just got real excited about hops in that one beer that they tried.
Yep.
So this is like a good one because you get the fruit, but you get the hops. Sorry, I could talk about this for like years.
And you should. Part of what I want to do with the show is not just craft beer drinkers, but I want to have people on the show who've never had a craft beer, but drink wine. Or they're like a devout Pilsner drinker.
Totally.
And swipe them with a really good craft beer.
Well, that's what I'm doing.
See if you can convert them.
I'm doing to my dad.
Oh.
My dad is obsessed with PBR. His whole life, he's like a huge PBR drinker. He gets super excited about a good PBR.
Yeah.
And then I think it was his birthday a couple years ago, I bought him just a huge box of different flavors or different brands of craft. He loved it. So ever since, he's like addicted. Yes. He is gout now.
No.
So it's a little hard. Yeah.
I love that Roger Millions is now drinking craft beer.
He would love to be on this show. You should totally have him.
I would, because he gives me a hard time all the time working in the TV industry. Because of my dad. I would love to gloat and bring him on the show.
He would totally do it. He loves beer.
Okay, well, if you can arrange that, that'd be amazing.
I would love to, yeah, he'd do it.
Roger Millions.
Sorry,
we're going to make it happen. So had you always wanted to work in radio? Did you want to follow in your dad's footsteps? How did this happen?
No. I love cooking.
Oh.
Cooking is my favorite thing in the world, and baking.
Okay.
I worked at a bakery and airdrie called The Avenue after high school for a year, and I loved it. Yeah. But it's like, oh no, I love this as a hobby. I don't love this as a job because I don't want to hate it.
Yep.
So one day my parents were like, hey, you got to go to school for something. And I was like, great, I don't know what I want to do. So I just went to the Mount Royal website, and I noticed they had like a college radio, so I clicked that on while I was scrolling through programs. And I was, I could probably do this for a job.
Give it a town.
Yeah. So I applied to it. My dad was like, don't. But I applied to it.
That's not a real job. Yeah. You'll never have a paycheck.
Well, you'll never get paid. You'll hate it. Yep. You'll resent the industry in the 2 years. But no, so I started that, and then actually I started interning at X929.
Yeah.
And that's when they had a big thing with Big Rock. So that's kind of starting that internship kind of started my beer love.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, especially Shauna. She does the morning show on X, Shauna Jefferson.
Yeah.
She pretty much introduced me to good beer.
Oh.
Like, I thank all of my passion for beer to her.
So getting a job at X929 really did change your life. It's kind of been a huge thing for you.
Oh yeah, I'm like a completely different person. I would have probably still been cooking if my parents weren't like, go on the Mount Royal website, find something.
Do something with your life.
Yeah.
So now, how long are you an intern? What was that like?
So I was a street team member, but I call it intern.
Okay.
So I was that from 2013 to 2015.
So you did 2 years.
2 years.
What did they make you do? What did you have to do?
It wasn't that bad. You just did like promotion stuff. But it was the best thing I could have ever done because of the networking.
Yeah.
Like, I became really close with Shauna and then Tyler Middleton and Lynch and all those people in that area, of course. But then I got to know like Christian Hall, the program director, and Big Rock Josh from Big Rock, and people from Wild Rose, just because of, I was able to network so beautifully that I can know everybody. And that got me my first job. I got it for working for Harvard Broadcasting, which is X929, because I think Christian told that program director to hire me.
So they hired you. They came after you and said, "Hey, listen, you should be on the air."
No, I applied like 6 times, and then I think finally Christian was like, "Yeah, just hire her, see what happens."
Did you ever want to quit? Like, did you ever feel like giving up? Like, maybe this isn't going to work?
Well, I moved to Yorkton.
Oh, okay.
Saskatchewan. Yeah. Oh. So I was there for 8 months, and every day I wanted to quit. Every single day, I hated it.
What were you doing in Yorkton?
I was doing on-air radio, but a lot of news, and I didn't get along with my boss.
Yeah.
And I hated Yorkton, so every day I wanted to quit. Every single day, I just wanted to come home.
Yeah.
But I just didn't. I was like, one day I'll get a better job, and then I did. I moved to Saskatoon.
Kind of knew it would happen.
Yeah, I moved to Saskatoon, and then again, we worked with a brewery there. As soon as I moved there, I know beer and radio has been like so intertwined in my life.
You're like the perfect guest.
Yeah, I know.
This is fantastic.
That's why when you said, I was like, yeah, I'll do this, absolutely.
Yeah, the enthusiasm was crazy. I'm like, oh, okay, this is fun. This is neat.
So I moved there, and then the first weekend I was there, Rock 102 was the station. They ended up doing their own beer, and they did a beer launch that weekend. My first weekend there. Oh, what is the name of that?
The radio station is a beer.
Yeah, so it's the Rock 102 Badass Brew. It's really good.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a branch off of Crazy Farm. I just can't remember the name of that brewery. I'll think of it.
And it was in Yorkton?
No, it's in Saskatoon.
It was in Saskatoon.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll think of it.
So the hope with this show is to go outside Calgary. I want to start in Calgary, but the hope is to go to Saskatoon and go to New Brunswick and go to Newfoundland.
This is the perfect time. People are finally thinking craft beer isn't douchey.
Yeah.
They're finally wanting to try it, wanting to branch out, wanting to learn about it. So this is like the perfect time for you to make this show.
I think I've been working on it for about 2-3 years now. And the idea to just do YouTube struck me literally like 6 days ago.
Oh, really?
And I was like, hey, you know what? If I'm going to do YouTube, I'm not going to slow down and I'm not going to wait. I'm going to start now.
Totally.
And Aaron put us in contact, and I just, you know what? We're going to do this. Come on, let's go on the show. And
absolutely. I love it.
I think YouTube might be the way to do it.
Yeah, YouTube's awesome. Now, I don't know. It's a weird industry. This whole broadcasting industry is so. Either people make it and it's great, or they fail and they quit. So you just don't quit.
If someone were to come to you and say like, hey, listen, I want to be in radio, what do I need to do? What would you tell them? What kind of advice would you give somebody?
Move. You have to be able to move.
Oh.
And it's good for so many reasons. One, you get thicker skin because especially if you were wanting to do, like, for example, I really wanted to do X92.9. Like, I wanted that format. I wanted comedy. I wanted just, like, bullshit on air. And when I moved to Yorkton, that is not what people liked. So I got shit on so much. People hated me there. Like, I almost got fired 3 times because I was trying new things that my boss didn't like. I know.
Good for you.
Yeah,
Good for you.
But I have slightly, I'm not going to say I have thick skin, I cry like every day. But I have slightly thicker skin because of that. But not only that, but you really know your commitment to the industry if you're like not with your friends, if all you can do is have no friends and focus on radio, you really realize if you want to do it or not. So I think moving is the most important thing. Because when I'm other than Matt Rosenberg, who works for Fan 960.
Yeah.
I'm the only person in radio from my graduating class, and I didn't even graduate.
You didn't graduate?
No.
Did you drop out?
Yeah.
I dropped out too.
Nice.
I did. And then I decided I'm just gonna do it on my own. You don't have to go to college. You'll meet a lot of good people and make great connections.
Go to college. Don't have to finish it.
Yeah, you don't yeah, what she said. So how would 7-year-old Katlynn feel about what you're doing today?
I would think I was super cool.
Straight up?
Yeah. I don't think I'm cool now, but I think 7-year-old me would have thought I was pretty dope.
So what is it like working at the radio station? What do you get to do? It sounds like you're experimenting. You kind of make your own decisions. What happens there? What do you do?
First of all, I have to say I am so lucky to have Mark Michaels as my co-host.
Yeah.
He makes my everyday life infinitely better. He takes my ideas and spins them in a way I couldn't see.
Yeah.
But is 20 times more interesting. Like, he's wonderful. So anyways, I wake up, start doing some prep, like looking through news. I look news and then Reddit and then on Facebook, and then I just kind of go through my own mind, see what's going on in this noggin throughout the day, write it down, send it to Mark. He sends a show list back to me with my ideas and his ideas for the time, and then we meet at 1:30, kind of go over, see if we can make anything a little bit funnier, a little bit better, and then hop on the air and do the show at 2 from 2 till 7. But every Friday we do Beer Fridays, so it's 6. I know. Every Friday at 6 o'clock we all open. Graham, Mark, and I open a beer and have a beer together.
On the radio or after?
No, while we're doing the show.
Life is good.
Not.
After.
Yeah.
Life is good.
Yeah.
No, I caught you talking about Pop-Tarts are...
Ravioli.
Ravioli. Can you explain this again?
In no way are they not. I'm just going to say, in no way are Pop-Tarts not ravioli. It's a phenomenon on the internet right now where they're talking about how Pop-Tarts are a form of ravioli because it's a dough that has some sort of filling and then they're pressed together and cooked, which is ravioli, but also Pop-Tarts.
So is cereal soup or is cereal salad?
I think cereal's cereal. I'd be able to call cereal cereal.
It's not soup, it's not salad?
If it was, yeah, because it's not cooked. Oatmeal soup.
Oh, oatmeal it's more like a stew.
It's more like
a barley
stew.
And this is barley tea.
It is barley tea.
It is barley tea. It is actually
Absolutely.
barley tea. Yes. Well, I think that's enough. I think we're just gonna say thanks to Katlynn Millions for coming on the show.
Thanks for having me. This was fun. This is my first beer in 6 days.
Since Beer Friday?
No, I didn't have one this week. This is the only beer I'm having this month.
Yeah.
I'm taking a month off drinking because I almost died in Vegas last weekend.
Vegas will do that to you.
But anyways, this was lovely. Thank you for having me.
You're very welcome.
Yeah.
Did you, by the way, so to the beer, did you taste did you get little peppercorn, black pepper notes every once in a while? I get a lot of that in fruit beers.
Yeah. So right at the end.
Exactly.
Right in the middle of your tongue.
So later on in the show, we're going to be joining Natasha and we're going to learn how to describe beer. And we might even do this beer.
Okay.
Because both of us went, yay, it's passion fruit. And I would like to know how to say a little bit more than that. So
I'm down.
Don't leave.
Okay.
Because we're going to hang out with you again in about an hour.
Sounds good.
Thanks.